Tricky time in any parent's life, introducing your little baby to solid foods, and, well, it has all sorts of effects, doesn't it, Lisa?
That is right, Carl. But our next guest is determined to make it easier for you to prepare and cook a quick and inexpensive meal that your baby will love. Joining us now is mum and author Emily Dupuche. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Nice to see you.
Nice to be here, thank you.
It's one of those things, isn't it, that, you know, comes with being a new parent. You think, well, you don't even think about it. You just think kids are going to want to eat food and you'll feed them. But it's tricky.
Yeah, I think what I found is that people really just kind of are finding their straps with the whole breastfeeding and sleeping thing, and then all of a sudden this mountain of solids comes right at them, and they're completely overwhelmed.
And you don't know what to do, you don't know what combinations to use, and I know it's time-consuming as well to try and put it all together into something. There's lots of baby food at the supermarkets and whatnot, but doing it yourself is pretty easy. What are some of the things we can do?
OK, well, doing it yourself is definitely easy, and it's a whole lot better for your baby. During the first 12 months of your baby's life, you're actually setting the taste preferences for your child right into their adult life.
Wow.
So it's really important that you do take the time to cook some fresh and delicious and varied meal options to really give them the best start.
OK, well, you've done a breakfast, lunch and dinner for us, so let's start with breakfast, and you've included a favourite, Weet Bix.
So
what's in that?
This one is more of a combination, but I'm just going to step in front of you here. But I've got just a pear cube, which is a pureed pear that I've done. Grab your Weet Bix biscuit and some hot milk. Normally you could just put it all in the microwave together, but for today we're doing the cheats version.
So just to clarify, that's not a cube of fresh pear, that is fresh pear that you've pureed and then frozen?
Cooked it and pureed it, and then I've used my trusty little food cubing device and popped it out when it's ready. So you can keep those in a snap-lock bag in the freezer, so you've always got cubes of fruit puree ready to go on hand, and it's a lot cheaper and a lot better for your baby because it's fresh and there's no added water.
OK.
So just stir that around, and the heat of the milk will soften that the Weet Bix and will hopefully melt the
that's
the pear.
right to go.
Yeah, that's it.
And heaven knows the time kids can take sometimes to eat stuff, that'll melt.
It will completely thicken up, and it will melt, and it will be just like a really nice silky smooth texture for your baby.
Lunch.
The second one I'm doing is a quick chicken and mushroom risotto, and the trick here is using rice flakes. So rice flakes are like a roasted and rolled grain of rice, a bit like an oat.
How do you cook those things?
Well, you just throw them all into the pot. This is boiling hot. With, I've got some chicken mince here. Oh, can we turn that down? Oh, God.
Is it a bit high?
And some diced mushroom.
Half my eyebrow in one.
Who needs eyebrows?
Exactly. They're weird things, aren't they, eyebrows?
That takes about 3 to 4 minutes to cook, and you just need to stir it occasionally. And again, you'll be left with a really nice, smooth, silky, porridge-like consistency. The protein from your chicken stock and chicken is what your baby needs for development, brain and muscle growth, and it's really delicious.
That's a really nice smell. And also the great thing about that is that you can freeze them, can't you?
Well, this one is so quick and easy, I tend to cook it on the fly. But the trick with that is you'll buy your chicken mince in the supermarket in a tray. So pre-portion it into 50-gram lots using a snap-lock bag, and then you can actually throw the frozen chicken mince into the pot, and in the cooking time it will thaw and cook.
Wow.
And that's the finished product.
And then this is the finished product. Really, really delicious, and it saves you standing and stirring your arborio rice for half an hour.
So are you going to feed it?
Much quicker and easier.
Now, this dinner, I'm really fascinated by the name Cheesymite soup.
Cheesymite soup.
Please explain.
OK, well, I think as Australians we all love a bit of Vegemite, and cheese goes so well with it. So this is a creation that I came up with that is a firm favourite in my family. It's so delicious and so simple. So again, I've got half a head of cauliflower cut into florets into a saucepan. About 500 ml of low-salt chicken stock. Very important for babies to minimise their salt.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And just about 1/4 teaspoon of Vegemite goes into the pan here, just as your seasoning, and gives it a bit of a oomph. Now, if you're making this for your older family, which I now do all the time, I would use a bit more Vegemite, but for a little baby...
So when you say older,
I've got 6-year-old twins and a 2.5-year-old.
Right, and they all still love this.
The Cheesymite soup, we will often have it for dinner with a beautiful loaf of crusty bread. It's
I used to chow
good.
down on the kids' baby meals all the time, like the roast, the pureed roasts.
I used to love the tinned ones, but I gather they're not so good.
Yeah. Stay away from the tinned ones if you can. So this is such a simple meal. So when that just simmers for about 10 minutes, and then when it's cooked, use your trusty little stick blender or transfer it to a regular blender. Just puree until it's nice and smooth. Just add a small, maybe about 60 mils of milk, half a cup of grated tasty or Parmesan cheese, or both if you choose. And then, again, just puree it again. You'll end up with a really nice, smooth soup for little ones. Again, it's best to keep it on the thicker side, so as they're eating, it kind of holds on the spoon.
Yep.
And they've got a greater chance of actually getting some to
Can I try that one?
Yeah, sure.
I'm really into this risotto.
Oh, well, there's dinner for tonight.
How easy is that?
Oh, tasting that?
That is
so good.
really delicious. It's just
What's wrong with that?
cauliflower
It's great.
soup.
Cauliflower soup with a little bit of Vegemite
Fordo,
cheese.
come in, mate, and have a look at what's to come for you, my friend. Not
Sylvia,
far
you
away.
better accompany me.
So there's lots more fabulous
Oh.
recipes in my book, which
Right,
is...
the book is called Food
Try that
Babies
risotto.
Love.
Food Babies Love.
And as it turns out, adults do too.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
so the
right.
whole family
Yeah,
can eat
that's
it.
good, though.
Thank you
Once
very
I've
much
eaten
for that.